Hello, and welcome to part four of the discussion about presuppositionalism. We left off on this step. If I don't know anything to be true, it takes you to this true or false. So if you choose the option false, the website then takes you to these options, kind of back to knowledge. If you choose I don't know anything to be true, you're taken back to the options, is that true or false? You're now going in circles. So basically, they want you to be assured that there is knowledge, there is truth. So you finally choose the option absolute truth exists. Okay, we play along, we fall in line. The website takes you to these options, which again, some philosophers would think so far isn't bad anyway. Yes, there is knowledge and truth and justified true belief. Then, if you choose I know something to be true, you finally choose that option. I know something to be true. The website takes you to these options. Logic exists or logic does not exist. What do you believe? Now, we could try the logic does not exist option, but you actually goes into another circular path wanting to correct you. So on we go. Let's click logic exists, and it'll ask us, okay, it exists. Is it universal? So now we're kind of filling in the qualities of logic and truth and knowledge. And I'm going to later go on the website and show you more of the narrative that's with these options. I'm just showing you specifically on the menu. This will ask you, is logic universal or is it person relative? Again, the website will have more descriptions on this. So let's just go ahead. Let's say it's universal. Is it unchanging? Again, we could choose changes, but it leads you into a circular route, and it's not happy with that answer. It wants you to think that it is universal, it's unchanging, there's logic, truth, there's knowledge. So when we go on this website in a minute, we're going to see, some of the reasoning, and let's talk about some of that. We've reached down the rabbit hole of presuppositionalism, and we're going to look at what we think about the narrative there. But my question is, how does presuppositionalism, this lead you to know that the Bible and Jesus are true? Some atheists and other philosophers say this is just circular reasoning. This is the main criticism against presuppositionalism. It's circular. Christians push back, no, it's not circular, it's absolute truth, this is axiomatic. But they say, well, okay, the Bible is the word of God, but how can you be so sure it's the word of God? And the Christians would say, well, because the Bible tells us so. But why believe the Bible? And the answer from the presuppositionalists would say, because the Bible is infallible. In other words, it's not. Now they can debate this meaning, but basically you can say it's the true word of God. But how do you know it's infallible? How do you know it's true? Because it's the word of God. So you see, it keeps going in this circle. And I've talked to a local minister here, and he says, well, you have to start with this pattern because you can't just be lost in this infinite regress. But again, we'll talk a little bit about that. How many Christians, though, actually come to believe in God, the Bible, and Jesus is God by using any of these arguments of presuppositionalism? That's kind of my personal concern. How many Christians, and I know most Christians I know, my neighbors, and we talk quite a bit about things and family or friends, and they don't use any of these that I personally know. Again, this is Cy Bruggenkate's argument with debaters, with professional atheists or authors and critics of Christianity. But so my question is, does this have to do with anything in this? Is this the only way to believe in God, the Bible, Jesus is God? No. And that's obvious. So my concern is he just playing a logic game with things that aren't really substantive? You watch his debates with Cy Bruggencate, with Matt Dillahunty, and there's other things going on. There's other local atheist community people that he has had debates with. But tell me what you think. I feel like when I watch them talk about a lot of things, it's pretty condescending. It just doesn't seem honest to me. In some ways, it feels like a trickery, a mind game. However, I do like some aspects of it, and I'd like to get more into that. But again, presuppositionalism or existential or classical, there's different forms of Christian apologists, those who defend Christianity. But hey, thank you for listening, and you made it through this round. Please subscribe and share with a friend.